Hello and welcome back to another episode of the Everyday Joy podcast. I'm your host, Ash Couchman, and I cannot wait to find moments of joy with you today. If you aren't already, head over to the Everyday Joy Facebook community group. You can sign up in the link in the description. Become a part of the crew that chats, that unpacks the episodes, and it's just so nice to have a beautiful community of listeners. So let's dive right into today's words to live by.
Psalm 139:14. I praise you because I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Your works are wonderful. I know that full well.
I am so happy to have you here.
Oh, you're so kind.
It's been so nice. I was complimenting your beautiful, freshly dyed hair.
Thank you.
Stunning.
I love it.
It's such like a creamy, icy blonde.
Yes.
And it looks fantastic.
Absolutely love it. I feel like a new person every time I get my hair done.
No, so do I. Yeah. And then I think I can never do my hair ever again like this. Like it's truly a skill that I do not have.
It is. It just really makes a huge difference when you have like new hair, new nails, new anything. You're just like, oh, I feel fresh. I feel like a new person. I'm going to take over this world.
I know. I couldn't agree more. It's just the best, except it gets so expensive so quickly.
Oops. Yeah.
I know. I was like booking in my Christmas hair, which
already?
PSA, public statement announcement. If anyone hasn't booked in any of their Christmas hair, eyebrows, if you want to get anything jazzed up for the Christmas season, book it in because they'll go very, very quick.
Busy times.
This is the time. We're looking at this verse, Psalm 139 verse 14, which is ironic that I was just talking about going and getting your eyebrows done and all those things. But this verse, I praise you because I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Your works are wonderful and I know that full well. What are your first thoughts about this?
So much love in this. I feel like we always talk about this verse, like it's always there, but especially today, I really want everyone that's listening know that you are so wonderfully made. Like, don't forget it. Ever forget it.
It's easy too for in everyday life to just not consider that you were made with a purpose and a reason.
Yeah, and we forget that, and it's so heartbreaking we forget it, and especially when it applies to yourself. When you look at other people, you're like, oh, wonderfully made. We do it to ourselves so fast.
Exactly.
And it's really, I think it all comes down to acceptance and also growing up. I mean, I don't think I've grown up at all. But at the same time, I know how hard it is when you're young. I know how hard it is when you're a young little girl or little boy and you're trying to fit in because that's all you know what to do. And it's so hard to remember this, that I am fearfully and wonderfully made. And it's actually something that I get Chelsea to say every single night.
I love that.
I say to her, Chelsea is beautiful. Chelsea is brave. Chelsea is smart. And Chelsea is loved. I always say that to her every single time. And she will just repeat it. She always forgets I'm loved. I don't know why. But she'll just repeat brave, beautiful, and smart every single time.
I love that.
Because I want her to remember that she is. And Psalm 139:14 tells us that we are.
I think when I started dating Toby, if I ever like spoke down about my appearance or about myself, he'd always be like, excuse me, you're insulting the Lord.
Oh.
Like he would always say something like that. But it's true because sometimes we make comments about ourselves or we have thoughts about ourselves and they're so offhanded, but we don't think about the fact that we were made by God.
Yeah.
So when we say those things, you go, I would never say something about what God's done or God's created. But we do often.
A lot.
And I think this verse, it needs to remind us that we are created differently for a purpose and for a reason. And I think that growing up, and I'm not sure if you ever had this experience, but I know for me growing up, I was like the little gal with bright red hair, fair skin, and so many freckles. And I hated it.
Oh, yeah.
I hated it because it was like everyone made redhead jokes. Everyone thought freckles were like weird. But what's crazy is red hair is now the color of the season.
Awesome.
And freckles are, people buy freckle pens now. And so I think at the time, when you look at things based on trends and based on what kids are talking about or what your friends are doing, we base it off this picture of a season.
Yeah.
But I think that as you get older, and I hope that for people listening, you know, whether you're in your 30s or 40s or 50s, you just care less and less.
Yeah.
However, I think there's always that niggly part of you.
Always.
And there's that little thing and that little voice that can sometimes still make you feel less than.
Yeah.
And I think it takes work to take that and deal with that with the Lord, because I honestly think that insecurity, it is so deep rooted that we aren't enough and that we aren't beautiful enough, and that, you know, we have to do this, and this to be worthy.
It's what society paints for us.
Yeah.
And we're completely surrounded by it. When we were young to what we have now, it's all over our phones. It's everywhere that we go, and we unintentionally do it as well. We might walk down the street, be like, I love that girl's hair.
Yeah.
I want that girl's hair. If I had the hair, I'm going to be pretty. I'm going to be exactly like her. And it's that
the grass is greener almost.
Yes. Yeah. And it's so hard to break out of that when it's constantly thrown in your face. And that's the refocus that we don't have, that we should be focusing on. We should be focusing on what God has made us.
Yeah.
And I've had this up and down battle with weight loss since I was a little girl. Like, I've always wanted to fit in. I mean, I'm this Asian little chubby little girl who loves food. I still love food now. It's like my comfort. Anyway, let's go through that another day. We'll talk food another day. Musical and food.
Yeah. Whole episode, bonus episode.
And since I was a little girl, I've always gone, no, I need to be skinnier. I need to be thin. I need to be accepted into society if I'm going to survive this society. And so I've probably in my lifetime for the last 30 years I've been yo-yoing in my diets. I've been losing weight from a size 14 down to like a size 6. Like, I have this wardrobe that's like size 6 to size 14 clothes. Like, and I love every single one of them. I haven't thrown any of it out because I'm like, oh, maybe one day I'll get down there, or maybe one day I'll get up there. Who knows? And it was so incredibly toxic in a way that I feel like it stole a lot of joy from my childhood. It stole a lot of joy from my teenagehood. It took a lot of joy from the time I was at uni. My uni time, I was the skinniest I've ever been, but yet the saddest I've ever been. Going through transitions of uni and then going through transitions of my physical self. Yeah. And that was a time when I started really finding God as well. And I had so much conflicting images in my head of, no, I'm working really hard to be this type of image, but knowing that God has made me who I am today, I'm like, so who am I? How do I balance that? How do I balance what society tells me? How do I balance what God has made me? And it's taken motherhood, it's taken marriage, it's taken like being with someone who supports me to actually understand, no, it's not about my weight. It's not about my image. It's actually what God has made my body to be and to do is to birth a beautiful young girl who is feisty. But also, it's like my body actually grew a human being. My body fed a human being. And that's where I am. I'm probably at the end of this like yo-yo kind of weight gain loss kind of fun story, but I know it's deep in my heart that this is who I've made to be. This is who God has made me to be. Yeah. This body is what keeps me going.
Yeah. And I think when we remember, like you said, that we were created because God wanted us to be created.
Yeah.
And we were created beautifully and we were created with intention. When you have those feelings and thoughts, we will always be told lies and we will always be told we're not good enough when we go to any source that isn't Jesus. And so make sure we go to Jesus with those things. Make sure you give it to God. Make sure you tell the Lord when you're struggling with those things. And make sure that you remember that when you're having those moments of doubt and maybe even questioning yourself, remember that you were and are fearfully and wonderfully made. And there's a purpose and a plan to all that God is doing in you and through you. I hope that this episode encouraged you. You know, maybe you're going through a season where you're struggling with truly understanding this verse that you are fearfully and wonderfully made. Jen's been through that. I've been through that. I can almost guarantee that 95% of the people listening to this podcast right now have walked through a similar journey. But I hope that from today's episode, you can remember that you are created. You are created with a purpose in mind. You are beautiful and you are wonderful. And you can know that well. Like the scripture says, David says, and I know that full well. You can know well that you are created perfectly and wonderfully. I cannot wait to dive even deeper into the Word of God with you tomorrow. But until then, I pray you're able to find moments of joy.